Imagine you were a child, taken from your home, your family, taken from everything you know.
The first year that they came, they took every child over the age of 5 or 6 and chained them together, put them in a plane, flew them to Unalakleet, and then to Anchorage. These kids were to be assimilated and Americanized, and they used brainwashing techniques.
They were just considered bad people, bad children, but they weren't bad children, okay? They were placed there for so many different reasons, but not because of any kind of delinquency on their part. But that is not how they were treated.
We went from washing up in the morning, and they marched us to the chow hall where we ate. Everything was routine, just like the military.
One of the superintendents during the time that my mother was there actually came from correctional services. And so because that person came with that kind of a background in corrections and working in penitentiaries, that's exactly how he decided that Thomas Indian School would be operated. Children marched from here to there, just everything, had its place. I talked to some of the men who went there. I would say majority of them went into the military. Military life was easy for them. They knew how to do all the marching, they knew how to line up, they knew how to dress with their uniforms, everything being exact, making the bed in a military style. They knew all that before they went into the military.
I was in A Division, my sister was in B Division. A whole lot of things that happened. Things that I can remember. When I was 6 years old, this man chased Rosemary and I from Mohawk Park because they took us all on an outing when it was time to come home. This man called us into the gazebo and told Rosemary and I that he had something for us, and that's where he tried to molest us. And we ran. And even now I have nightmares of running.
But my brother, he ran away after being here about 5 years. They never caught him. So
he said that we were really bad and we were born of the devil. And if we told anybody what he was doing, they wouldn't believe us anyway. And that's so true, because when he did, I think he had penetrated me that time. And I was bleeding and I was sore. And I went and I told the nurse. And she asked me what happened, so I told her. And she gave me a strapping, a real good strapping. And she told me, don't you ever speak about him like that again. She said, he would never do anything like that to you. So there I was again, getting another licking. And like now when I think about all the things that happened, I said, you're damned if you did and damned if you didn't, no matter which way you got a licking. And it just wasn't, just wasn't right.
And I remember this person telling me that any of the boys in his particular dormitory floor who were not circumcised yet at that point, without being told, were marched over to the infirmary, and if they weren't circumcised by then, they were circumcised, and if they didn't have their tonsils out by then, they had their tonsils removed. And I just couldn't imagine from his story how this could take place, number one. And number two, back in those times, in the late 40s and early 50s, they didn't have air conditioning like we had. And just the whole trauma of that personal invasion.
We were always having a physical. And then, like I said, if you had a hangnail, you had to go see the doctor. And if you got caught sitting on the ground or holding hands with the boy, you had to go see the doctor. They were all the time checking to make sure that everybody was a virgin. So in the summertime when we went out to work, he would give us a physical. And then when we came back, we'd get the physical. I said, and you better come back with everything that you left. You know, he wanted to know if you had intercourse or not, you know. And, but everything, little thing, sexual, they were always checking on us, you know. Yeah, they had you scared. But one girl thought that you got pregnant just holding hands.
There was a lot of sexual abuse there were matrons and administrators and teachers that would frequent the boys' dorm at night. They would molest them either in their beds or they would take them to the bathrooms and molest them there.
If you spoke your own language, they'd grab you by the ear or the collarbone, drag you in, and you got to write on the board 100 times. Some of the kids that I grew up with would basically sit in the back of the room so they can't be seen or heard.
My name is Andrew Windy Boy. I'm a Chippewa Cree. I did 2 boarding schools, one in Wapton Indian School in Wapton, North Dakota, and the other one is Flandreau Indian School in Flandreau, South Dakota. Mid-60s to early 70s, took me to the boarding school where I wasn't allowed to talk my native tongue or practice my native ways. Numerous times they'd put on this big old white, big huge white cone, put on there, it says dunce. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know English. They put it on me, make me wear it all over. Kids would laugh at me. They took me away from all of that and punished me for talking that. It was my first language. I didn't know any other language. So whenever I talk, it came out. Cree would come out, and whenever I talk, I get hit. I got hit so much I lost my tongue. I lost my native tongue. The only thing I remember was my Indian name. Which is Xenukihiu, means old man eagle. That's the only Cree I knew. They beat me every day. They beat me. They cut off my hair, made me kneel in front of the door where everybody come in. Everybody make fun of me when they come by me, rub my head and laugh at me because I was talking. They caught me talking. I hope someday somebody will hear me. I hope nobody has to go through this. We have to have our own language. Because what we do when we talk to our spirits, they don't understand English. They look at you, you'll be talking in English. What are you saying? They'll be saying that in Cree. Like, no, you didn't know what I just said. That was a hard time in my life. I'll always remember it. for that white man, it's a terrible shame for him to be treating people like this. Because we are a people. We just need to be accepted.